Peace and love. My name is Jewel, and it's wonderful to be back. I wanted to do a reading for the air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, for the month of April as we head into the spring months and thinking about renewal, thinking about planting seeds and watching them grow. At least that's what I'm hopeful. I'm hoping for all of us that we've planted some seeds and we'll be able to see those things sprout in the coming weeks. All right, so angels, what messages do you have for us? Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, the air signs for the month of April when it comes to our healing, comes to transformation, moving into new cycles, leaving things behind, moving into the warmth of spring. Spirit, what messages do you have for us? Thank you. Air signs. All right, so we have confidence, inspiration, bravery with the garnet, iolite, freedom, argonite, resolution, quartz, focus, lapis lazuli, authenticity, spirit quartz, patience, and labradorite, imagination. On the bottom, we have obsidian, self-reflection. It's always a beautiful time to practice self-reflection, right? That's how we grow. That's how we know what we need to heal, how we need to move forward. If we never take the time to go within, then how will we understand how to go without, right? All right, so what's the focus this month? Self-reflection always. That should be the focus every month. But we have right in the middle here, argonite with resolution. So Spirit is saying that something that we've worked on, something that we've put out into the atmosphere, we've put it out energetically, we've planted those seeds, there will be a resolution to those things, right? Those desires that we've put out there. For some, resolution between parties, so it can be family members, it could be things at work, but whatever that is for you, Spirit is saying this is the month where you're going to start to see some changes in some peace with certain situations in your life. So let's look at it row by row. So at the top we have confidence with a serpentine, we have inspiration, and we have bravery. So Spirit is saying that whatever you have to offer, whatever your skill set is, whatever you bring to the table, continue to be confident in it. If you're not, this is a time to do so because we're moving into the spring months where we still have time to plant those seeds, right? This is a time to plant those seeds right now so that we can start to see some growth as the sun shines more as we head into the summer months, right? And so we want to plant those seeds now. Some of you have already planted those seeds, and that's a beautiful thing, right? So we'll start to see some growth in those. But if you haven't, plant them now, right? Plant them with confidence here. Also, Spirit is saying that whatever seeds you've planted or whatever you want to plant, not only should you be confident in it, understand that it brings inspiration to others, whatever this may be for you, whatever the skill set is. Also, Spirit is saying be inspired by the environment. Be inspired by things you see happening around you. Looking at the ideas of others, not stealing from anybody else. That's not what we're doing. But being inspired by how other people are moving forward, how other people are creating. All right? Even something as simple as being inspired by Mother Nature, right? Once you plant those seeds that you've been inspired to plant, those seeds of inspiration, Spirit is saying that there's a part of you that needs to be brave because we have confidence here. We have bravery on the same line, right? So have trust that whatever you've created, or this is just going to be you, whoever you are, walk with confidence, loving yourself, loving what you have to offer, right? And being brave in your existence. This line, we have the confidence, the freedom, and the authenticity. The true way to freedom, and this is the most important card out here to me, but the true way to freedom is through authenticity. You can't be authentic without being confident, right? And being brave. The idea, too, of being inspired by yourself, loving who you are, looking at where you've come from, the obstacles and things that you've had to self-reflect on, right? Because we have this here. Looking at past successes with the citrine, decisions that you've made to pull yourself up to this point, all right, to move yourself forward. Spirit is saying you're on a path to freedom, right? Because you're walking towards this authenticity, or you're living in this authenticity. You're already there. But continue to have confidence in your path and your movement forward. Resolution, the idea that that's in the middle, means that things have taken time. Maybe you haven't seen the rewards of this confidence, the rewards of being brave, or the rewards of, living an inspired life, or being inspired by things around you and walking in that light and walking in that way. But freedom is here always. It's always for the taking, all right, because it exists in the heart and in the mind, all right, before it's even physical. It exists in those places. So if you have it in those places already, you have the rewards, right? So we want to give thanks for that, because you're walking in your authenticity, or you're getting into the position to walk into your authenticity here with this bravery. Freedom, resolution, focus. Maybe you're focusing too much on the resolution. Spirit is saying the resolution will come. The answers will come. All right, all those things will come. Right now, focus on being brave. Focus on being inspired. Focus on being more confident and loving yourself, right? Authenticity, patience, imagination. Underneath the resolution, we have the patience card. We've already talked about that, how things have taken time. It's taken time for you to have to, maybe your spiritual evolution has taken time to get to this point where you're able to be inspired and to walk in your truth, right? And so we give thanks for that we've learned those lessons along the way. But Spirit is saying that still it's taken time, but that's all right. It's all right. Because as long as you have that freedom, as long as you're moving towards freedom, physical freedom, mental freedom, freedom in the heart space, you're already there. The idea of imagination is to envision it before it even arrives. We've talked about planting seeds as we're heading into the spring months. Planting those seeds, those beautiful flowers that we can envision bursting forth out of the ground, facing the sun. Maybe we don't know the colors, we've planted a variety pack and we might not know the colors, right? But we know they'll be beautiful. And so the idea is to envision that beauty. And if you can't envision the exact beauty, envision the feeling. How do you want to feel as you walk in your truth, as you walk towards freedom? Freedom of the mind, freedom of the heart, as you walk in your authenticity, right? As you're inspiring others with your creation, the creation that you've created, right? Something that's tangible, or you being the creation yourself, all right? The idea of embodying the energy of the Most High, giving thanks and honoring the energy of life, those things, and walking in that fullness. Sometimes it requires imagination before we even see it, right? We have to put it out there. The bravery, the focus, and the imagination. Spirit is saying it's not here yet. Which you have envisioned might not be here yet, but it doesn't mean that you don't continue to use your imagination to envision it and put it out there. It's extremely important that you do and that you don't give up. All right. Let's see. So on resolution, you have clear quartz. So aura quartz. So it has like a little bit of rainbow coating on it. So see the rainbows, right? Envision the rainbows. Envision the beauty ahead. Envision the gold that's at the end of it, right? All the rewards, all the abundance that comes from, walking that path and having that belief in the faith that you'll see yourself through it. See yourself through it all. We have the sodalite heart on the resolution. How do we get here with the sodalite? This is, for me, throat chakra energy. This is the idea of speaking the truth through your heart. All right. What does that mean? It means that when you are truthful and when you speak with truth and you speak with love. All right. If you're speaking with truth with who you are, you're honest about who you are. That means things come out your mouth that are real. All right. And they mean something. They carry value. They carry weight. But if you add that piece with the heart, when your heart is engaged with your truth, then that's where the power is. That's where the resolution is. The resolution is just bringing something to fruition, seeing the results of the hard work, seeing the results of the path that you've been on. This is how you do it, through having a clear mind with this. All right. This is also the idea of amplification with the quartz. We talked about being confident. So amplifying your voice, amplifying your confidence level, bringing things up a notch with the clear quartz energy, seeing the beauty in yourself, seeing all that you have to offer, transmuting negativity as well in your environment with the clear quartz, programming your mind, because the clear quartz also deals with programming, right? And so it takes me to this imagination card with the labradorite, which is also higher frequency energy. That's a high frequency crystal. We have quartz out here. We have a lot of crystals out here. We'll talk more about them. We have two that deal with we have iolite, lapis lazuli or lazuli. We have the sodalite. They all deal with the throat chakra. We have garnet that deals with passions. All right, moving in the directions of your passions here. Quartz, purification, heart chakra, serpentine, activating that energy. Spirit quartz, patience. We have a little small piece of citrine. Spirit is saying that there's abundance here. There's, in whatever form that's meant for you. All right? It's waiting for you at the end of all of this. As you've moved this cycle here with the spirit quartz, but also with this citrine. Citrine talks about money, talks about tangible things, but also spiritual abundance. We also have blue aventurine here, which is still throat chakra energy to me as well. With that on the spirit quartz card, it's telling me don't be so brash. Don't be so quick. Don't be dismissive. All right? Don't be dismissive in your tone, how you talk with others. We want to make sure that we're using our heart when we're activating our throat chakra. So we're talking to others with love, but we're slowing our speech down. We're making sure that we're heard as well, because we have the element of the throat chakra here on the patience card, the spirit quartz, which is higher level. This is crown chakra energy, working with our guides. Also, abundance comes from communicating with your spirit family here. If you're not confident to the point where you can speak with them out loud, you can speak with them in your mind. All right? Let your spirit family know what you need. Your guides, your ancestors, those that you're connected with. On iolite, we have a piece of tourmaline. Spirit is saying that you're protected. What you've planted, the direction you're going in, you're highly protected in this, right? We have a piece of quartz on here, smoky quartz, Tibetan quartz. The idea of this is that maybe you can't see it. Maybe you can't see your way through it right now. The freedom is there. You're living in the freedom now. If you're living in your authenticity and you're moving towards moving in that direction, you're living in freedom. You're already free. But what you've planted, those seeds, they haven't sprouted yet. All right? Maybe they need more nourishment. Maybe they need more water. Maybe you have to slow down, right? All those things. Continue to use your imagination when things aren't visibly clear. We have to rely on our intuitions. Focus with the clear quartz on the body, caring for yourself. All right? As you're moving through this phase, this is unakite. This stone, it makes me think of Mother Earth, the colors with the pink and the green. One of my favorite stones is in its epidote, which is the idea of increase, the stone of increase. Increase your focus, all right? Ground yourself. That'll help with your focus as well. Because we have a lot of energy here with spirit quartz because it's crown chakra. We have the labradorite, which is also crown chakra. Sorry about that, that was my cat. So we want to make sure that we're grounded as we're going through these stages, all right? As we're leveling up spiritually. Let's get another card. Let's get one more card, Spirit. We'll get two more. We'll get one from this. This is one of my favorite decks. Argonite in the middle. That's a grounding stone. This is what it looks like. This is one of my favorites. All right. So when you need to ground your energy, that's right here in the middle. So you're going through something major here. This is a major transformation. Sometimes we're going through some powerful things and we don't necessarily feel it. We don't feel it because so much is happening around us. I mean, we live in the world. And so we have to go to work. We have to pay bills. We have to do all these things. But we're also working spiritually as well. We're planting spiritual seeds. And so sometimes those things are happening. Those major, powerful movements are happening. But we have so many things happening in the world that we can't feel them or we can't see them. But that doesn't mean they're not happening. That doesn't mean they're not there. That doesn't mean that we're not on the right path, right? We have to use our imagination to some degree when we can't necessarily feel it. We can't feel the progress. We don't feel it step by step. But we can see, we can envision the end result or what we think we want the end result to be. Of course, the Most High energy knows. Our spirit team, our angels, they know what's best for us, right? And so we walk with the lightness as well, along with being grounded so that we can be guided. So we have courage again. Spirit is saying that we have to be courageous as we're going through these changes. Why do we have to be courageous? Because maybe maybe they're telling us that it's not the right direction. Maybe people are telling us that what we're doing doesn't mean anything. Maybe we're relying too much on what people have to say, you know? We have to go within. Let's just get one more and then we'll close out. All right. This is a sacred medicine oracle. So let's see what our spirit team wants to tell us as we are moving towards this new vision. Moving towards freedom. Living in freedom. Let's just claim it. We're living in freedom right now. We're already free. We claim that freedom that our ancestors might not have had. So we give thanks for that. We're able to make decisions here on this planet and in this incarnation that others weren't able to make. And so we want to honor those moments, honor those movements. Walk with faith, walk with dignity, walk with purpose, walk with understanding, empathy, love, those things, right? That's how we honor ourselves. That's how we honor our people. All right, I'm going to read it. So we have the shawl dancer. Spirit is asking us to be wild. So let's see. Oh my goodness. And then the bottom we have the jingle dress. There are miracles here. Spirit is saying that you are the miracle. Let's read shawl dancer. All right, so when we dance at a powwow in a circle, we move in a clockwise motion. We start where the sun rises and the eastern doorway, as it represents the beginning of a brand new day. The shawl dancer appears to invite you to a new sacred dance for yourself. Where have you been playing it safe in your life? Where are you following the ways in which society has conditioned you? In what ways are you doing and not being? Sometimes in our lives, we lose connection to our deepest desires. We slide into a rut. Today, this dancer comes dressed in bright, beautiful color to remind you that life is meant to be pleasurable. And it's time to dance it out and shake it up. This dancer is asking you to find your freedom. Let your wild, colorful, and radical self come out. As you dance, feel yourself releasing all the conditioning, oppression, and ways that you have bottled up your true nature. A fresh new way of being in the world is calling to you. Find your sacred dance, root into pleasure, and see your desires manifest effortlessly before your eyes. The sacred ceremony. The drums of your ancestors begin to play, and you feel them deep in your heart space. They call to your inner desires, and feel a burst of rainbow light in the course of your being. Begin to move in a way that your soul is calling you to. Rainbow light stream out of the pores of your skin, illuminating your new dance. You are alive with possibility, flowing with the vibe of wild. Healing affirmation. I unravel the old ways from my system and twirl into the beauty of a new way. What a beautiful message. What a beautiful, beautiful message. These cards are beautiful. This is by Asha Frost. Artwork by Steph Littlebird. I highly recommend this deck if you don't have it. But beautiful message. Thank you for being here with me. You're potent as well. Your messages, the way you live, the way you show up, you have potency. Right? Thank you for being here with me. If you've made it this far, please consider giving me a like. I realized one thing when it comes to me. I'm not a reader for everybody, and I realize that now. I might have a delivery that, you know, I'm an air sign, so Queen of Swords delivery, but it's all with love in my heart. But I'm the reader for me, and so if I read for myself and read in the way that I know is healing and moves towards upper level travel, spiritual movement, all those things, then I know I'm the reader for somebody out there, right? And so if you've taken anything away from this message, please consider giving me a like as I try to grow and understand my purpose on this platform called YouTube. All right, take care. Peace.